I learned about Sovereign Prime once I arrived at the Sovereign Health Center, and one of the facilitators met me at the detox center and was telling me about Prime. I had a blackout from drinking some alcohol and wine, mixing those things together. And then I had a little scuffle with my wife, and I was devastated, and so was my wife about that. So I knew I had to make a turnaround in my life at that point. I had two choices, and the person I talked to on the phone, I called a couple of places. Somebody called me back, and he told me about the features of Sovereign, and they had two different types of programs here. And the other place I was considering only had one type of program. And I also would be close to my family here. My wife is a little distance away, but my son and daughter, grandkids, and parents are in the area. And so I decided to come to Sovereign Health. I was at treatment about 30 years ago, and I was mixed up with young people and older people. Prime program here is basically for older people who have maybe family, grandkids, jobs, professional lives, and so this was a very good fit for me. I'm 60 years old, and I appreciate the quiet atmosphere that we're living in, and not a whole lot of drama that I would get with the younger crowd. My first impression was that the Sovereign Health was well organized. I had a gentleman meet me at the airport. He met me right down at the bottom of the escalator when I was coming down. He had texted me his picture, and we had a good conversation on the way down, which was very encouraging. He was a believer, Christian, and he was telling me about his experience and being sober and things that involved in his life that kept him that way. Basically, his relationship with God, and he said that would be promoted here. Well, I had the expectations that I would be in a clean, safe environment. That's what was told to me, that I'd be able to attend worship, that there were nice facilities to stay in, there was a pool, those kinds of things. Well, what it means to me is that I'm around people that are more mature, and they're more, I think, serious about their recovery, okay, and turning their lives around. They don't want to leave the world in an addictive state, okay, and they're very serious about their family members and the people's lives that they've affected, and they want to make a turnaround for them as well as to serve the God that made them. Well, the residence, where I'm staying, it's used to be a resort hotel, and so there are usually two rooms in the residences, in the kitchen and living room, television, so they're very comfortable. They're always clean, and plenty of closet space, plenty of storage room to put your things away. First of all, I'd say the staff is very respectful, okay, and they're very caring. They're very concerned about getting sobriety, maintaining it, And they try to bring tools to you, and they do bring tools to you that are effective in you keeping your sobriety, but also uncovering all of the things that lead up to one using alcohol or drugs. Because usually there are other underlying problems, and the drugs and the alcohol is usually a symptom of that problem. Well, group therapy is very helpful. You have a group of men, and sometimes men and women, okay, that are sharing their thoughts and feelings on what has driven them to use drugs or alcohol, and also how their struggles in trying to maintain their sobriety and keep their sobriety. My favorite group is when Pastor Paul comes in on Wednesday, okay, to share a message. The other groups are very helpful. Some of them are very involved, okay, and help you build life skills and interactive skills in dealing with people. Other groups help you uncover the dirt that is and the feelings that have led a person to want to use drugs or abuse them. And a lot of times people, sometimes they start out experimenting and then find out that, you know, a year or 2, 3 years down the line, they're addicts, they're junkies. A typical day, it starts off in the morning. We start off in the morning. We start off with prayer and eating breakfast, and then we come to the center. And we start off at 9 o'clock. We're in groups. Sometimes the groups are very involved. Sometimes they're very relaxing. We might have somebody come in and share yoga with us. But all day long we're in groups. Some are very relaxing. Others are more involved. Well, I'm going to take with me some practical tools. Number one, to stay clean and sober, and that is what they try to do here. But also I'm going to take away peace. People come here in turmoil, just as I did, okay. And here you're able to unload all of the things that got you in the predicament that we found ourselves in. I would tell them that it would save their life for them to get involved in the T.I.M.E program. This is a program where you can really focus on your recovery. You have time to focus on the spiritual aspects, which are probably the most important aspects, okay, in keeping one clean and sober. Spiritual aspects of the God is the one who's going to clean you up, and He's the one that's going to sustain you, okay, in your sobriety. So, the T.I.M.E program provides that core time for you to do that.